So unless you've been living under a rock, over the past couple of years there's been a new trend arising called looks maxing. Looks maxing is simply the concept that involves enhancing one's physical appearance through various means such as grooming, fashion, fitness, skincare, cosmetic procedures, and other techniques aimed at maximizing one's attractiveness or aesthetic appeal. All it is simply trying to become the best person you can be visually. In today's video, we'll be talking about look maxing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's hop into it. So there are certain levels of look maxing. You have soft maxing, which we're going to be talking about shortly, and then you have hard maxing. There are levels to soft maxing that typically refers to non-surgical procedures, working out, whitening strips, stuff like that. But let's go ahead and watch some of the pros talk about it.
1. Body maxing. Body maxing is shaping your body to an ideal physique. This is the most important part of looks maxing.
Now this I would consider a good. There is nothing more beneficial to your health and your confidence than going to the gym and seeing your progress and your results as you go from a small guy to a giant, or a large guy to a more healthier guy. If you're a skinny guy trying to bulk up and pack on muscle, you must eat in a caloric surplus, get enough protein, and prioritize the 3 compound lifts. If you're a bigger guy trying to lose weight, same concept, except this time you're going to get in a caloric deficit. You're still going to want to prioritize those 3 main compound lifts because those are going to help you pack on a lot of muscle, and you want to get in a lot of protein.
You can jump from a 3 to a 7 by just losing 50 pounds. Clothes are gonna look amazing on you and your face shape will completely change. Look at it this way. You would join the top 40% of the population by just not being obese.
So I think putting people on a scale is kind of cringe, even though we all do it, myself included. But he does bring an excellent point here. Just from going to a skinny guy to a larger guy can add so much to your confidence and really bring you up on that look scale, and vice versa.
2. Teeth maxing. Having great teeth is an important biological marker that can make you be perceived as more successful, healthier, and thus more attractive. It's so important that Match.com ran a survey with 5,500 participants. They found that straight white teeth was a top trait that 71% of women look for on a first date.
And honestly, I can't even begin to disagree with this fact. Having great teeth and hygiene is everything. I know as a guy, if I'm looking at a woman and she has some nasty teeth, it makes me wonder what else is wrong with her. Not only is her breath gonna stink, but then you wonder, okay, what's her house looking like? What's the rest of her body looking like? Having clean teeth is crucial. A good thing for that could be whitening strips. If you have sensitive teeth, maybe not the best way. Now, if you can to straighten up the teeth, get some braces. I know I was blessed and fortunate enough to have braces as a kid. Hated it, but now, looking back on it, it was a blessing. If you don't want to deal with all the metal, invest in some Invisalign. It will definitely be worth your investment. And I've kind of felt like this goes without saying, but use some toothpaste. Another part of soft maxing can be mewing. Now, I find mewing to be absolutely ridiculous, but I know a lot of people like to do it because they find that it helps with your jaw. But mewing is essentially the practice of pressuring the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and the whole point of this is to essentially strengthen your jaw muscles. Now, while there is no proof that mewing actually works, you still have guys doing it all the time. Now, I don't think mewing is completely useless. I think it's great for tongue posture, which has shown to be very beneficial when it comes to sleeping. And it certainly does temporarily get rid of that nasty, double chin jawline. Now, of course, if you want to improve your facial fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit because spot reduction of fat is a myth. I don't know how many times we have to say that in order for it to get to people's heads, but that's the only way to lose fat, and you can't spot reduce it. Also, it's not going to turn you into the crimson chin, it's just temporary. So now we're going to take a step away from softmaxing. We could go on and on of the different techniques that you could do, such as eyebrow plucking, supplements, etc. The point is, softmaxing, there's really no harm in it necessarily. We're going to get to the cons of that in a minute. But for right now, let's go ahead and jump into hard maxing. And before you say anything, no, hard maxing isn't exactly taking a Viagra and a Blue Chew and seeing what happens with the little Johnny. So now we have hard maxing. Now, hard maxing takes it to the next level. Hard maxing can do anything from implants to changing your skin color to bone smashing, anything that does more permanent changes. Another one can even be starve maxing. And this is the ugly side of look maxing. I don't think I have to explain starve maxing that much. It's essentially starving yourself until you can get abs and be more shredded. This goes without saying, this is terrible and it is not healthy in the slightest. If you want to develop abs, go to the gym and train abs and be in a slight caloric deficit and you'll get there in no time. Another thing I just want to bring up really quickly is bone smashing, which it is essentially getting a hammer, hitting the side of your jaw, and attempts to break down the bone, and the bone recreates itself to where you look more like a Chad. And you would think I'm joking here on this whole hard maxing thing, but look at this. This is a guy who spent $100,000 to go from ugly to average on Reddit. He didn't share his before and after picture, but I guarantee you he looked like a normal guy before all of this, but he simply didn't have the self-esteem or confidence to do so. While I don't think look maxing is all that bad, I certainly think there are amazing things here and there. I think it's amazing that people are starting to go to the gym. I think it's amazing that people are starting to take better care of themselves, their body, their hygiene, etc. But at a point, you start glorifying that. You start looking at every single detail that's wrong with you, trying to fix every little nook and cranny, every little pimple and everything. And then you become a monster. You'll never be satisfied by the way you look because that's human nature.
Not too long ago, the New York Times interviewed me and made an article about looks maxing. If you don't know what looks maxing is, you probably should by now. It's mostly guys just doing everything in their power to look better. Now, what people don't realize is this is going to change the beauty standard for guys forever. I feel like not too long ago, the average high school guy would not even take a shower every day. Like 50% of them would, 50% not. Now, what has happened is all of these guys are starting to do self-care. Everybody's starting to look better. And now what I've started to notice is there's dudes who's starting to wear makeup and all this who are straight, like just regular dudes wearing makeup. I don't wear makeup myself, but I've seen a ton of dudes do it. So my prediction is that within the next couple of years, every dude, it'll be the standard for guys to just wear makeup. Straight guys, just rocking stuff under their eyes, all that. And basically, I feel like I'm partially at fault for that because I was one of the people who popularized looks maxing on TikTok alongside Kay Shami and all these other people. Is it a good thing? Probably not, to be honest, because it's killing people's confidence and doing all this. But my honest opinion is I think the trend looks maxing, I don't think I've ever seen a trend last this long on TikTok. I want it to die.
But there you have it. This is look maxing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. While there are some great things about look maxing, there's also some terrible things. At the end of the day, you have to love yourself enough to improve yourself. But at the end of the day, just don't take it too far, man. Love yourself. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.